Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman.
I'm Belle.
And this is our second half to the Madoka Magica review.
Welcome back. You guys found us.
Again. So, yeah, we spent like 2 hours and 20 minutes just talking about the characters.
Yeah. Wasn't expecting that.
Pretty sure a good hour of that was...
Madoka and Homura.
And Sayaka and Kyoko. Because the last half we didn't really have a whole lot to say about BB and Mommy and them. But those four, they took up pretty much an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer, because we spent 2 hours talking about all these characters. So maybe an hour each for those guys.
It took a very long time. Maybe 25 minutes for the other characters. But those four took like an hour each.
So in this half, you're going to get our take on the story, the music, animation, any themes we may have noticed, our favorite episode or scene, and least favorite episode or scene, and then our final ratings for everything. Do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
Yeah, I started last time, so...
Okay, I'll start. Alright, so the story is basically... Homura is able to use her magic to travel back in time. At least a month. Pretty much just a month. And you don't find out until episode 10, but she's going back in time to save the title character, Madoka. Because basically in her, the first timeline, Madoka died. It was her pretty much best friend. Besties for life, apparently.
Yeah, extreme besties for life. God, giving up your soul for her.
Yeah. And, she's just trying to keep her from becoming a magical girl.
Keep her alive.
Yeah. I mean, at first it was, I gotta keep you from dying, to, I'm just gonna keep you from becoming a magical girl.
Because this will be the best way to save you.
And basically all of the things that happen through that journey, that whole month, leading up until the, I'm going to try to pronounce it, Walpurgis Nacht. I think it's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
So yeah, up until that point, because that is when everybody dies, and then she usually reverses time. I actually thought it was a good story. I mean, it's not like it's original. No. It's not like we haven't seen anything where characters don't go back in time to try to stop anything
from something happening.
I mean, you just got to look at the remake to The Time Machine. Almost the same thing.
Yeah. The
guy goes back in time to prevent his girlfriend from being killed, and she just dies like hundreds of times in different ways. Like, he'll save her, but then she'll die a different way. Like maybe an hour later. Like, I think the first time she gets shot.
Oh.
Then he saves her, and she gets run over by a horse, like a horse-drawn carriage. And then the next time she like slips on ice and hits her head, and then the next time I think she gets stabbed, or she just keeps dying. Mm-hmm. This is pretty much the same thing. She's going back in time to prevent Madoka from becoming a magical girl, or from dying, depending on how early you are in the time stuff. And it's just not working. And again, going back to Doctor Who, fixed point in time.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, it's going to happen. Even in this whole timeline that we're watching, Madoka still eventually becomes a magical girl.
Yep. And
then she just pretty much loses her.
Yep.
Forever. Because, not even forever. I'm just talking about the show. So, I'll get into the movie in a bit. At the end of the show, you think, okay, she's pretty much just lost Madoka forever. Because she just became a god at the end by wishing that all witches were stopped before they were even created. Past, present, and future. And that's basically her job as a god. To
just keep that
from happening and keep everything, I guess, be hope for all the magical girls. Even though they don't even know she exists. Yeah, except for Homura.
Homura knows all when it comes to Madoka.
And then you find out in the movie that Kyubei's trying to get her back so that he can control Madoka.
Because of Homura! Yeah.
As our viewer Blars, or Blarse, or Blar, I don't know how. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Said, Homura ruins everything. The anime is pretty much what this is.
Basically.
Or as I put it here, story: magical girls have bad days. Because that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Throughout this entire show, except for maybe the first 2.5 episodes.
It was all negative.
It was all negative.
Except for the movie.
Except for the movie. First half.
First half of
the movie.
Before Homura
again
ruins it.
Homura has a habit of just...
into this mic. I'm so sorry for headphone users.
Homura just has a bad habit of ruining everything. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the story, but again, it's not too original.
It's unoriginal.
And I know a few people have mentioned that it's kind of based off, like, loosely on Faust. The only connection I could see, because like I said in the beginning of the other video, unless you're beating me over the head with something, I'm not gonna pick it up. The only connection I can see with Faust is the whole selling your soul, because he sells the soul to the devil. I forget the reason why.
Okay.
I have never read Faust. So, yeah, I do know he sells his soul, though. And basically, I'm going to assume that Kyubey takes the place of the devil, and they're selling their souls to him to be magical girls to fight these witches. But that's the only connection I can really see. I know somebody made a comment about the big tower that Madoka became when she became a witch. But I don't remember what it was. I don't know. It's a good story.
Just unoriginal.
Not the most original. Anything you want to say? Because I mean, I've been talking.
I don't think, but I don't want to be repetitive because it's just gonna cut right back into what I said before. I like the story. I just don't like the ending. So the storyline going up to it to the end, it's good. It's enjoyable. Unoriginal, but it's good to watch. You're kind of content throughout the entire show until you reach the ending, and then it's just you get no satisfaction. Yeah.
The only, I'm going to say, the one original kind of thing is the different take on the magical girl genre. Because most magical girl shows are more happy.
Oh, I think I mentioned that. I was like, I think I said it was in the episode that Mommy died. Yeah. I was like, I wouldn't expect this from a magical girl show. I expected it to be a lot more happy and upbeat.
Yeah, most magical girl shows are more happy and upbeat. I mean, they have their serious moments, like just about every show. But this one took it in a completely dark direction. Yeah. Instead of it being happy, sad, happy, 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 sad, sad, happy, happy, the whole
show.
Yeah, the whole thing. It was happy, happy, sad, and then Madoka's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. But then you get happiness for I think an hour.
Yeah, maybe an hour of the movie.
And
then back to
sad.
Sad.
With some happy.
With some happy towards the end because and some heartwarming stuff. Yep. The whole Kyoko and Sayaka thing.
Yeah, you get some feels up in there.
Yeah, and then it's ruined by BB. All I wanted was some cheese again.
Cheese.
But I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. So
yeah,
she gets a pass.
She gets a pass on that.
That is the one original thing I'm gonna say is that it was darker than most magical girl anime.
Yeah.
I know the very first magical girl anime I know I've seen. I mean, I didn't like it at the time because I was that's the one I'm talking about. Because I was a Dragon Ball fan, and Sailor Moon was just too girly for me. Sailor Moon. That is my first introduction to magical girls.
Same thing. I watched that dubbed. That's how I learned to read.
You mean subbed?
Yeah, subbed. Sorry.
Because you said dubbed. You said
dubbed. Sorry, not dubbed. I watched it.
I was gonna say, why? How would you learn to read watching it dubbed?
No, I mean, I watched it subbed. That's how I learned how to. That's how I'd practice my reading.
See, watch subbed, people. No, no, I'm just kidding. Watch whatever you want.
But it's definitely a lot different since that was. I don't got a lot of experience with anime, so that was pretty much the only thing. So I was expecting it to be kind of like Sailor Moon, but it was nothing like that at all. No, nothing.
I know I mentioned, I think in that episode, that the Sailor Scouts do get killed. Yeah. You know, you've seen it.
It's sad.
As somebody pointed out in the comments, not nearly as brutally as these girls get killed. No. And then the Sailor Scouts will come back. Yeah. It's kind of like the comic books, like Marvel Comics, DC Comics. You kill somebody off, they're going to come back maybe 20, 30 issues later.
Yeah. They'll be there eventually.
Sailor Scouts, you kill them off, maybe the next season they're back. They'll figure out some way to bring them back.
Yeah, be like, oh, well, this... I don't know.
Technically that happened in this, because they all came back by the end of the movie.
Well, yeah, but that's just because of, like...
Homura.
But
and, like,
still,
the time... They found a way
to bring them
all back. Even then, when Madoka, at the end of the show, did her wish, she brought everybody back.
That's true.
I mean, Sayaka died, like, right away.
Yeah. I
remember commenting, can't even save you in this universe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was during my I hate Sayaka phase.
Moment. Yeah.
But other than that, it's...
Question for you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Would you say... Oh, I think I'll wait. Never mind. I'll wait till later on to ask you this question.
Oh. Okay, during, like, the... Would I watch it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll ask you over there.
Okay. So,
I found a better time to ask.
Anything else you want to add about this story?
As far as the series or as far as the movie?
Both.
Both?
Pretend they're all one.
Okay.
Because they are. Just that the movie had a bit better...
It was done a little bit better. Well, they probably had a lot better budget, too.
Oh, they definitely had a better budget.
I mean, I like the happiness, because, like you said, the first half, that's how we'll say it, the first half was, as far as the series, was sad. And then they brought back all of the happiness, but they were still getting everything done as far as storyline, getting the message across about the magical girls and everything. Everything was still as it was in the series, but a happier take on it.
Yeah. More like a typical magical girl anime.
And I also find it was interesting that they did it that way. Just because then you could see how different it makes the show.
Yeah.
Watching it as like such a sad, serious show compared to when it's more light and happy, and how it's basically the same story, just portrayed differently, and how drastically it made.
And can I say that I really enjoyed the transformation scene in the movie?
A lot. Like, they had their own, like, 2-minute, like...
dance and transformation. And then
that reminded me a lot of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Definitely. That was, I think that was just, like, for fans of other magical girl anime. Because you watch the show, they don't have the transformations. Yeah. It's just, boom, there's my clothes. Which... It
just throws...
Yeah, just throws it on. And then in the movie, it's like, here's a whole 5 minutes...
Yeah, I think
each character.
I think we made a comment about that when that was happening. We're like, oh wow, we actually get to see them transform.
And then I went on my Power Ranger thing.
Yep.
Yeah, because you were like, that reminds me of Sailor Moon. You did. You even mentioned that in the movie. That reminded you of Sailor Moon. And I said, it reminds me of the Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, and then you started saying what the Power Rangers story. I like that about this. Like the storyline and everything of how differently it could have been done. Like showing us the transition. I liked that.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to
It was like, I'm going to give you a little bit of what you might have expected from a series like this. And then we're going to transition it back into what you know.
Yep. And I like that. I like the way it was done.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was really good. Which is probably why we enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, because there was a good transition. I think that's what it was. It had this nice flow, and it wasn't just constant.
The show... transitioned, but it was like
harsh.
Bam, there. This is what this is.
Sorry. Yeah.
It was like, here's a whole bunch of happy, and now be sad because she's dead.
Pretty much. I liked how it was done a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah, and in the movie it was kind of a slow build.
Yeah.
It didn't actually start getting back into its normal thing until Homer was like, something's off.
Yeah, like when she started questioning it.
And then she starts talking to everybody, like Kyoko. And they try going to her town, but they can't.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now it's starting to go back to what we know.
Yeah.
But the happiness, I did enjoy seeing them happy.
It was very refreshing to see them, because we saw how much pain they went through. It was very refreshing to see them
be
happy.
Normal. Like, I mean, well, not really normal, but be happy, have fun.
Live their life.
Mm-hmm. because I think we even mentioned that in the
First
reaction
one.
that I liked how they were actually having fun
Yeah.
and actually laughing and stuff in the movie. Because in the I know a lot of people like the dramatic stuff where it's constant, like beating you down with like sadness.
I need something. It's good to have like a sad show, but I need something to balance it out. If it's not balanced, I'm just gonna be like turned off. Yeah.
I'll get into that when we go into our rating, but yeah.
I just feel like it had such, in my opinion, I felt like it was two different things.
The show?
Yeah, the show compared to the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Completely two. I know that it's like a continuation, but I feel like it was done so differently that they seem like night and day.
Yeah, yeah. The show was all just, well, other than the first 2.5 episodes,
Sad.
It was all sad. And the movie, half of it was happy.
And
happy.
Then it transitioned into what we were familiar with, the series and everything, but then it still kept humor. So we weren't
they still had
overwhelmed.
their funny scenes. It was, I guess you could say it was kind of like a Marvel movie. Because the Marvel movies, they'll throw in the dramatic.
Yeah.
But they'll have a funny scene.
Yeah, I prefer that, but I'll get into that.
Which was my whole issue with Batman vs. Superman. But, I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, not here.
So yeah, the story for it, combined with the movie, I'm going to say combined with the movie, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Because it adds more. Not just story-wise, but...
everything-wise.
Yeah.
Character-wise and everything. It just adds it adds so much more to them.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add about the story?
No.
Okay, so what kind of rating would you give this story?
It's unoriginal. I don't know. I would give it a 7.
7?
It was good, but it's not anything that we haven't seen in like you said, in TV shows, movies. I'm assuming in other animes it's probably been done as well.
I know Steins Gate is all about time travel as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I mean, the whole show wasn't about time travel, but it had the time travel elements with Madoka. I mean, not Madoka. Homura constantly going back to the beginning of the month to save Madoka.
What would you say your...
Story-wise, I think I'd give it maybe a 7.5.
Sounds fair.
Yeah. It's, like, as we said, not original, but I'm giving it that extra 0.5 because of the different twist on the magical girl genre. Because it's a lot darker than what anybody's used to. And just the way the characters are portrayed, because you're used to seeing magical girl characters be all happy and, with their friends and stuff. And you see basically this group of friends of magical girls basically come apart. And then by the end of the movie, come back together.
Yep.
But if you're just going by the show, they go apart.
Yeah.
But since we're doing with the movie, they come back.
They come back.
But yeah, because of the whole twist on the magical girl anime, like genre, I'm giving it that extra 0.5.
Okay, sounds fair.
Yeah. All right, music.
Enjoyable.
Yeah, I really like the music. I know we couldn't listen to the theme songs like during the reactions.
But we went back.
Yeah, before we started this, we actually went back and watched the opening
and ending
and the 2 ending themes. The one after Mommy gets killed, and the one after Sayaka and Kyoko die.
Yep. But we've already referenced this Sayaka and Kyoko one, I think.
Yeah, when we were talking about them as characters. So obviously we enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. I caught myself in the middle while we were watching the themes. I even told Roman after I was done, I was like, man, I had to catch myself a few times and make sure I was reading the lyrics because I was just enjoying the music.
It's I think out of all of the themes, my least favorite would be the ending.
Yeah.
The standard ending. The one where after Mommy died.
I like the Sayaka.
I like the Sayaka one, and I like the opening theme.
Yeah.
The opening theme is very upbeat, despite
it makes you wanna...
the theme of the song, which obviously is about Homura and her journey throughout this entire show.
Yeah.
Despite all that, it's a very upbeat sounding song, and I could see myself listening to it.
Yeah.
Like if I might not put it on my iPod, but maybe every once in a while I'd go to YouTube and
look it up and just listen to it. It's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. And same with the Sayaka and Kyoko one. I would do the same thing with that. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it on my iPod again, but I would go on YouTube and look
listen
it up.
to it. I may even show a friend the ending for Sayaka and Kyoko.
Yeah, it was a good song. Definitely more like a love song.
Yeah, but we got into that.
Yeah, we got into that when we were talking about those two characters, and the standard ending theme. I like it, but it's definitely not my favorite out of the three.
Compared to the other ones that they had, it just ranked last.
Yeah, it's a good song. Not something I would listen to all the time, though.
No, I couldn't find myself going back to listen to it.
No. Also, definitely about Homura again.
Yeah. Like a darker
take on Homura. More like basically her journey after she became more cold.
Yeah.
While the other one was more like she's just beginning her journey and she's going to save Madoka no matter what.
Like the happier version compared to the ending one is just so dark.
Yeah. Definitely. And the music throughout the show, not just the opening and ending. I thought they went well with everything.
What was happening.
Yeah.
It matched. I never sat there and I was like, ooh.
And I'm pretty sure that was all original music. I know some shows, I can't remember really much for anime, will throw in like music that's like actually like recorded and stuff that are out on the radio.
No, this
most shows I think do the like music in the show just for the show.
Yeah, I mean the music that they played and everything all seemed for just
the show.
It seemed very suited to this.
Yeah, even the ending and opening theme seemed like they were specific.
They were written for this. I feel like.
Show. Could be wrong. We didn't look up anything about the music.
That's
we don't go and look up stuff about this. We watch it and then we give our take on it.
Freeballing it.
But yeah, I enjoyed the music. And yeah, like I said, we didn't really actually get to listen to it, and everybody kept getting mad at us for not reading the lyrics.
But sorry.
But we did promise that we would go back and
we did
and watch them and read the lyrics, and we did before, so we had it fresh in our minds. Because if I would have done this last week,
oh yeah, no, I wouldn't have remembered nothing. I'd be like, what lyrics?
Yeah, but no, we watched them before we started, and yeah,
good.
I like them. I like them a lot. Definitely the ending is my least favorite, but the Sayaka, Kyoko, and the opening theme are my favorite ones. Yeah,
I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8 too. Yeah, definitely.
An 8.
Be a little higher if the ending theme was better.
Yeah, if it matched, but as all three of them together, it's an 8.
Yeah. And I get why they did the darker tone for the ending, because, at that point it got darker.
It got really dark.
But yeah, I'm not... It's weird, because I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me too much.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it, but I'm not going to constantly listen to it. So we both give those an 8.
An 8.
An 8. Animation.
I thought the animation was really... The only thing that kind of disappointed me about the movie is it wasn't as colorful. And I know that's because they had, like, the wraths or whatever they were called. I enjoyed the witches just because watching the animation and how they put so much detail into it in the series and how colorful it was and how much time that probably went into it.
Yeah.
I wish that they would have... That was my only negative on that, is I wish they would have incorporated
the witch type...
The witch type vibe that you got.
Kind of did with the nightmares, but it wasn't as extravagant.
Yeah, I liked... I don't know. It just kind of did something for me. How, like, out there it was and how bold. And, like, just sitting there watching, like, wondering what will be with this witch. What will make it its specific thing.
Yeah.
But overall, like I said earlier, the movie probably had a lot bigger budget. So the animation on there was obviously
top notch.
Top notch, super crisp, super beautifully done. Same thing with the series, it was done very well, but
when you compare it to the movie.
Yeah, it's just like.
But then again, if you try to compare any of the shows to the movies that come out,
they just have two separate budgets for budget. Sorry, I braces. Budgets.
Okay. Budget.
Yeah.
That.
All right. They have that, so it's like you can't compare it because if the series had that type of money for the animation, it probably looked just as good.
Hmm.
But
no, that's not to say the animation in the show was bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's bad at all. It was done very well, but compared to
the movie,
that's all I'm saying is that's I think
it's like night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the animation. Definitely in the movie, like the fight scene between Homura and Mommy was amazing. That whole sequence with Homura's witch form and everybody kind of battling out with her. That was really cool. Just all the little, like, details. Like, even when they were in the flower field.
Yeah, it's just... Even at that very end scene where Homura is just dancing in the field by... Kyubey and everything. And then you see the moon and everything, and it's just like, wow, that's really nicely
Which
done.
Makes me wonder, why was it just a half moon? It didn't look like the moon was just covered by...
No, it was cut in half.
It was, like, split in half.
I don't know. It looked... Plus, she jumped off. I don't know. It was kind of confusing.
Did something happen to the moon when she changed with Madoka?
Maybe. Like, she took... I don't know. Well,
I don't know. Maybe.
But so beautifully done. Like, you could just see the detail work.
Yeah, definitely. The animation in the movie is just... I think we made comments about it more than once in our reaction about how good it was. I don't think we made that many about the show. No,
I think the main comment that I made about the show is I liked all the colors.
Yeah, because the witches were just really colorful.
Really colorful, and I liked the drawings and everything that they did for the creatures that were with it. Like I said, that's the only thing I wish they would have found a way to incorporate
into the movie. And they kind of did at the end with Homura, but they didn't have as much color.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have her in a labyrinth like normal witches. Yeah. She was just kind of roaming the city with her little army. Well, the rest of them tried to bring her back, which they succeeded in.
So it's possible.
Yeah. Maybe just because it's a fake world.
Yeah, like she wasn't actually turned.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just. All right.
But yeah, the animation in the show, I really enjoy that too. Like Belle says, the sequences with the witches are really cool. And I even remember us making comments about how we didn't really like the wraiths because the witches were just so much better. Like they looked really bland without all the color because they were like so plain looking. Like they were just a bunch of browns and grays.
They went from being so out there and so nicely done and so much color that when they showed them as a character, they looked like, what are they, monks or something? Yeah, they looked like monks. Monks with a blur over their face. That was it. And I know, because I remember someone in the comments, because I've been reading the comments since we've been done, not like anything that would influence anything, but somebody said that it would make sense because the witches are more of a manifestation of that magical girl's wish and their personality. So like Bibi, since we don't know her actual name, Bibi, her whole area was like cake. Sweets and cake and that's why I think she had
cotton
diabetes.
Balls with mustaches, and that's another thing I missed. I missed the little
mustaches and cotton balls. And
whatever
like
little creatures. Minions those witches had.
Those were always so good to see.
Yeah, the wraiths didn't have any of that, and I'm glad they saved that for the last episode, the wraiths, because I don't know if I'd enjoy it as much if it was just them.
No.
Because they didn't really add a whole lot to the animation or like the colors or anything.
They didn't do anything, really.
But I guess if I'm going to add both of them together, animation, pretty solid animation actually, like scene to scene.
Mm-hmm.
I would give maybe, because of the movie, 8.75.
I'm gonna go at 9.
You're gonna go 9?
I really liked the movie's animation, and I really liked the witches' sequences.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't go 9 is because of the rates.
They were really plain.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go higher than that.
I know they were only in the show for like the last 5 minutes, but
I get it. No.
it kind of brought it down a little for me.
That's why they weren't at. That's why I wasn't at like a 9.5 or something. Because it's just like they were so bland.
Yeah.
I missed it. I really did. Okay.
Yeah, and you only really saw the witches every once in a while. You only maybe see them
But
3. We saw what, 4 witches?
4, but even when we saw them, it was
5
just,
if you want to count Sayaka.
Yeah. Even when we saw them, it was just like you knew.
Yeah. Like, oh, what are we going to see in this one?
Yeah.
So an 8.75 from me and a 9 from Belle for animation. Now, themes. You got anything?
Maybe if I'm stretching, what are you willing to give up? Like what's willing to fight? What are you willing to fight for your life? Like if you could get anything, that's the only thing. Like what would you be willing to give up you? That's the only thing I can really think of.
You could definitely say hope as a theme.
Yeah.
Because Homura throughout that entire thing was constantly
pulling for
hoping
hope
that she could save Madoka. Which obviously she couldn't. Her fault, again. Unintentionally her fault. It's not like she wanted to make Madoka the most powerful magical girl in existence and have Kyubey constantly be after her.
Yeah.
She had no idea that would be a side effect of her going back in time to save her. But yeah, definitely hope as a theme. What else? That's pretty much all. I can only think of hope. I'm sure there's a lot more. But again, unless you're beating us over the head with it, we're not going to pick up on it.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite episode or scene?
I liked the cake one. I liked the cake scene in the movie, and I couldn't pick. So as I've been sitting here, I'm torn between 2. So I'm just gonna mention both.
Okay.
So they're both scenes. Since they're both in the movie, I don't know if that would count. I enjoyed the fight scene between Mommy and Homura.
Right.
That was very enjoyable for me. I liked it through and through, just because the animation and why they were fighting and everything else, it was just grabbed my attention the entire time.
Yeah.
I also liked when they're all at the table with BB
Doing the
doing
song.
the song. I don't know, I'm a child at heart, so that just hit me in all the right places. I liked it so much.
It was a cute scene.
It kind of stuck with me, but I really liked those 2 scenes.
Yeah.
What would you say your favorite episode or scene was?
Favorite episode or scene? Let's see, if I had to pick a scene or episode. If I'm gonna go with episode, I'm gonna go with Homura's backstory.
Oh, that's good.
Everything might have been her fault.
Yeah.
Unintentionally. Again. But learning all about why she was focused only on Madoka
Was
interesting. Because before that point, you're just like, this person is just
Creepy.
a complete creeper stalker. And I mean, what is her deal?
Why is she only fixated on her?
And it isn't until that point where you see why she is completely, like,
Attacked.
fixated on Madoka. I mean, I think it's the episode before where you finally see that she has some kind of emotion.
Yeah.
Because she starts crying.
And you're like, oh, you're not
about Madoka. But it's not until that moment, that episode, where you actually see how deep their relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that would be my favorite episode.
Okay.
Yeah, favorite episode. That one, episode 10.
All right.
Least favorite.
I'll break this
episode
one.
and scene.
I'm pretty sure you guys are expecting this, but it's for the series. It's the final episode. I doubt this is a shock to anyone. I really do. But as I've said in the review and everything, it just did not do anything for me. Just didn't live up to like the standard of what they had set the show up for. For that, that's the way they decided to end it. It just wasn't a successful ending. It just kind of left me feeling like that's it. That's how you're choosing to end this.
Yeah.
And I guess some people can argue, well, they were leaving it set up for the movie and everything. But
if it wasn't for the movie, that would have ruined the whole show for me.
Exactly. If there was no movie, I would hate this show. Just strictly on the ending.
Okay.
Alright, what's your least favorite episode?
No, mine is the scene.
Okay.
I don't have a least favorite episode. Well, I do, but I think this scene actually goes beyond my hate for the episode. And that is when Homura is trying to kill BB.
Oh.
I hated that so much because, I mean, sure, she was a witch in the previous, timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not now. And you're trying to kill her because you think she's causing this whole thing, but you have no proof. And just seeing BB tied up and, basically begging for her life.
Mm-hmm.
To not be killed because she's not doing anything.
Yeah.
And I think somebody in the comments said that she actually says Cube.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, but...
No, I didn't.
Somebody did say that she mentioned Cube. Not in those weird characters she was saying. Like her language she was speaking. Actually just Cube.
Oh.
She was trying to say, it's Cube.
Yeah.
It's Cube, it's not me.
Yeah.
But Homura was more focused on her, thinking that she was the reason, and was just going to kill an innocent magical girl because of it. So that for me was my least favorite scene.
Okay.
I didn't like the last episode either, but to me that really made me mad.
Okay.
Because Homura was just out of line.
Yeah, there was no right for that.
Yeah, I get why you want her to explain what's going on because...
But explain it, don't just
don't explain it. Don't just try to kill her. She's not going to explain anything to you if she's dead.
Yeah, you'll get no answers. Yeah, I get that. I definitely do. That was a close second for me.
Yeah. So, that's least favorite episode and scene. Hers is the final episode, which, no surprise there.
Yeah. I said, pretty sure no one's like, oh, gasp.
And for me, it's when Homura tried to kill BB. I liked BB, so...
Yeah.
Seeing her, all tied up and trying to, begging for her life.
It's just
almost heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's just leave her. Stop it. Oh, alright, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna get sad. Alright, anyway.
Okay, so we did animation, story, characters. We don't really give a rating on the episodes or the favorite characters and all that. But your overall rating of the show.
7.
You're giving it a 7?
Maybe a 7.5 because of the movie, but no more than that.
So 7 for the show, added with the movie, a 7.5.
I like the movie. If the movie's rated on its own, I would give the movie an 8.
Yeah. Okay, my rating. I'm back on my anime list, so I can give you my rating from the first time I watched it.
Okay.
When I first watched this, I gave it the same rating. I gave it a 7. Mainly, not just for the last episode, but because Madoka was just so infuriating.
Mm-hmm.
My first time watching it, because like I said, I thought she was a whiny character.
Yeah.
Second viewing, I get why she's whiny. It doesn't bother me anymore for doing that because it makes sense. But just my second viewing, I think it was Blars again.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one I seem to remember the name for. But I told you that I had changed my opinion of the show. And I did. Especially now, after talking about Sayaka. That boosted my rating a bit.
Oh, okay.
Because it would have actually gone down. If my opinion of Sayaka stayed the same as it did throughout our reactions to this show. But now, with the movie, okay, I'm going to give it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
An 8. I really enjoyed the show. Madoka, still my least favorite character, and we gave you our reasons in the last video why. But the movie made up for a lot of how I felt about some of these characters. Specifically, Sayaka. She was really cool in that movie. And then our talking about her boosted my rating a bit because, like I said, I would have actually given this maybe a 6 if my opinion of Sayaka hadn't changed. Because I didn't like her that much. But after talking about everything that she went through and kind of getting it in my mind, what she had to what she was going through, boosted my rating. So I'm giving it an 8 now.
Okay.
That's with the movie, by the way.
Okay.
Just the show, maybe a 7.5. With the movie, an 8.
Sounds fair.
Okay. Would you watch this again?
No.
You would not?
No. I would not watch the series again. I would watch the movie again. I would even go back and watch the first 2 movies. I would not watch the series again just because once I got to the end,
you would get mad.
Would get the same outcome. I'd be very frustrated.
So you would probably just watch the 3 movies?
I would watch the 3 movies, and then if I were to watch the series, I would not finish it.
You'd get towards the end and be like, okay, I can't even watch the last
I
episode.
won't even finish it.
Okay, and would you recommend this show?
Yes, just so I have someone to watch the movies with.
So you would only recommend it so that you wouldn't watch the movies alone?
Yes.
You would not be like, so if you like magical girl shows, you might want to check this one out because it's a different take?
I don't have a positive feeling on the ending. And I don't want to... I would recommend it so I can have someone, one, see if they have the same...
Opinion of the show?
Opinion of the show and the ending, as I do. And 2, mainly, so I can have someone to talk about the movie with.
Okay. So, yeah. I guess that 7 is deserved then.
Yeah. It's not an unjust a 7.
I would probably watch it again, but I don't think I'd watch it just by myself. I'd have to have somebody with me, like somebody who had not seen the show. I would watch it again with.
Okay.
Mainly because of I don't know, the Madoka. She's just, again, she's not a very interesting character.
Yeah, no.
To me, she's not a very interesting character. I'm sure a lot of you might find her very interesting, and you're going to tell us in the comments why we should think she's interesting.
Yeah.
But
no.
To us, at this moment,
In
she
time.
is not a very interesting character. I did like the dark tone of the show. Mm-hmm. Could have used a little more comedy.
Oh, yeah.
But the dark tone was a different take on the magical girl genre, like I've mentioned a couple times. So yeah, if I was to watch it again, I would have somebody who had not seen the show, or maybe even somebody who had, who can explain more to me.
Okay, to kind of see if...
Yeah.
Give you more information that you may have missed.
That I may have missed, or insight on certain things that maybe
Adds on to the story.
I had a certain opinion on,
mm-hmm.
that might make me think differently.
Okay, I understand that. Right.
And what I recommend, I would.
Okay.
Wow. Mainly for the reason I asked you for, is because it's a different take. And one, just because I didn't like the ending doesn't mean that someone else might not.
That's true.
So I would recommend the show to them if they are like fans of Magical Girl anime, maybe even darker toned anime. I would recommend it to them, and then maybe after they're done, be like, so what did you think? Because I'm interested. I want to know what you think.
Yeah.
If I'm recommending a show to you, I'm going to be coming to you like, so what did you think of this episode, and what did you think of when this happened?
Yeah.
And how about that ending? What did you think of that?
Basically.
Basically in that tone, with that like look. Because again, yeah, the ending was a letdown. And if they were the same, like let down, I would say, okay, watch the third movie.
Yeah.
And then tell me what you thought. Because again, the third movie really.
It adds on so much.
Yeah, it pretty much saved it for me. Because again, it would have been a 7.5 if it wasn't for the movie. Saved a lot of the characters for me. It saved a lot of the story. It added a little more like comedy. The animation was really great.
Added a lot more depth.
Yeah, depth to the to everything, pretty much. So, in my opinion, and Belle's opinion, because I know she feels the same. So if I was to recommend it, I would recommend it for those reasons, because I know they're not gonna all think the same as me.
Yeah.
You might like the show. You might enjoy the ending. You might think it's sad that that Homura didn't actually save Madoka and all this, but that'd pretty much be the only reason I'd recommend it. And now my opinion on how I felt my second viewing.
Yep. Which
I think you pretty much got throughout this whole episode.
I think you kind of explained even the ratings.
Yeah, I did not really enjoy it the first time I saw it. The second time I saw it was actually going to be a little worse because I felt so negatively towards Sayaka the second time. Mm-hmm. But talking about her and all that changed my opinion of her and, all that, so it boosted my rating. And plus the movie, which I had not seen, but it added a lot more to the show for me. So I actually enjoyed it a little more, I would say, the second viewing than I did the first. Because even my rating
went up.
Because it was my first viewing, it was a 7.
And then it was going to go down.
And then, it was going to go down. And thanks to Sayaka and us discussing her, it boosted it.
It went up.
And I did not dislike Madoka nearly as much. Because, again, I really did not like Madoka the first time I saw the show. But the second time, she wasn't so bad. She's just not very interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my take on a second viewing of the show. Some of you might be the same, where you didn't like it the first time and maybe you watch it again and you'll enjoy it a little more. Or you'll just feel even worse about it. Like, I noticed more things I hated.
Yeah.
Which I did throughout our reactions, but again, after talking about them. That being Sayaka. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed our reactions to these episodes and the movie. I'm sorry it took so long for us to get to the review and to actually upload the movie.
Yeah. It took a lot longer than expected.
So we just want to end off with...
Yeah, so we just want to end off on a shout out to a channel that's been so much help to us from even before we started the channel. I haven't personally reached out to them. It's mostly been
me.
Roman here, but they've given us such great advice and everything. So I want to give them some love to Otaka Saga, basically Zero, DK, and Rizu. Yes.
I would definitely go check them out. They actually react to a lot more videos than we do. I know they're doing Madoka Magica review or reactions now. I believe they're up to episode 10.
I think so.
Yeah. They are also doing Bakemonogatari, RE0 or ReZero, however you want to pronounce it. Re-Life. I think they're doing Mob Psycho 100. They're doing at least 15 or so different shows. So yeah, I would go check them out. It's the three guys. They all do the reactions together. I know some of them have seen some of the shows that they're watching, and others they haven't. So check them out. They're really good guys, and
they're super funny too. Enjoyable to watch throughout the reactions.
Yes, and also really awesome guys.
Yes, they are.
Thanks again for all the advice you have given us about starting this channel, and anytime I have a question. So yeah, just go check them out. Maybe go subscribe to their channel.
Let them know that we
sent you.
Send them some love.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this review.
Yep.
All right. So again, I hope you enjoyed watching these episodes with us and the movie.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed the movie.
It was very good.
So we will. God, I don't know how long it's going to take to upload this. Maybe a couple of days.
Yeah, I would check Facebook.
Yeah, check Facebook and Twitter
for updates on the process of this being uploaded, just because it's such a long...
Yeah, this one's almost 3 hours and 20 minutes.
So it's such a long one. I would just check Facebook for any updates. There'll probably be an update either tonight or tomorrow about this going up, and that it may take a couple days for it to go up, and to continue checking for
updates
what's going
on this. Yeah. We'll also have Claymore, and I still got to edit Fate Zero at 3. Those will probably come out after this.
Yeah, this will probably come out first.
Yeah, look forward to those. I know it's been a while since we did a Claymore reaction.
Oh, it was a good one.
I did have to censor a few things though, because there were boobies, like uncovered.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I had to. I didn't do like I did with Shimonita, where I just cut that whole scene out, because this would have been like half of the episode.
It would have been like a majority of it.
Yeah. So I just learned how to put like a blurry screen,
blur bar.
Yeah, up there. So yeah, it's just going to be a little censored like that. But yeah, look forward to that. And we should be recording the next few episodes soon. Squid Girl, we got to do Squid Girl too, so look forward to that. And we will see you next time. So
bye.